1972 was a year when rock spoke its mind. Some songs cut deep with sharp words and darker moods. Others found honesty in stillness, in sunshine and small moments that felt real. Whether whispering or roaring, these tracks didn't play pretend. They reflected heartbreak, ego, rebellion, and the quiet urge to let go. Each one captured a truth wrapped in melody. These are 15 powerful rock songs that defined a year when music felt fearless and every chord carried weight.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight.
With its haunting lyrics and cosmic tone, Rocket Man launched Elton John into a new creative orbit when it arrived in April 1972. Featured on the album Honky Chateau, the song blends space-age imagery with emotional vulnerability, telling the story of an astronaut drifting through the cosmos, detached from Earth and quietly longing for connection. But beneath the sci-fi metaphor lies something deeply human, a reflection on isolation, fame, and the quiet ache of everyday life. Bernie Taupin's poetic lyrics and Elton's restrained vocal performance create a mood that's both introspective and timeless. Musically, the track merges acoustic guitar, layered harmonies, and subtle Moog synthesizer to build an atmosphere that feels weightless yet grounded. Rocket Man soared to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and has remained a staple of classic rock radio for over 5 decades. It's more than a hit. It's a defining piece of 1970s rock artistry that still echoes today. Released as the lead single from Exile on Main Street, Tumbling Dice captures the Rolling Stones at their most loose and bluesy. Written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, the song tells the story of a gambler who can't stay faithful, rolling through life, love, and temptation. It was recorded in the basement of a French villa while the band was living in exile, avoiding heavy British taxes. Richards used a stripped-down tuning that helped create the song's unmistakable groove and swagger. The track was famously difficult to nail. Some say it took over 100 takes. Jagger finished the lyrics after chatting with a housekeeper in LA about dice games. The result, a laid-back but driving anthem that hit number 5 in the UK and number 7 on the US Billboard Hot 100. In 1978, Linda Ronstadt gave the song new life with a top 40 cover, even performing it live with the Stones in Tucson. Decades later, Tumbling Dice remains a live favorite and a shining example of the Stones' ability to mix blues, rock, and rebellion into one unforgettable track. Smoke on the Water is one of the most iconic rock songs of all time, released by Deep Purple on their 1972 album, Machine Head. The lyrics tell the true story of a 1971 fire at the Montreux Casino in Switzerland, where the band was set to record. A fan fired a flare gun during a Frank Zappa concert, burning the venue to the ground and inspiring a timeless rock anthem. Ritchie Blackmore's legendary 4-note riff, based on the G minor blues scale, is played finger-style on a Fender Stratocaster and doubled by John Lord's distorted Hammond organ. Blackmore jokingly called it an inverted take on Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Though not expected to be a hit, the song reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 2 in Canada in 1973. Its explosive live version on Made in Japan became a centerpiece of Deep Purple's shows. The song's legacy continued long after. performed by Rainbow, reimagined in Ian Gillan's solo sets, and even played live by Black Sabbath during their 1983 tour with Gillan on vocals, one of the few covers the band ever did. In 2009, 6,346 guitarists in Poland played it in unison, proving this riff will echo forever. Released in 1972, Walk on the Wild Side was Lou Reed's unexpected hit and one of the boldest songs to ever make it onto mainstream radio. Produced by David Bowie and Mick Ronson, the track offers a laid-back, jazzy groove with one of the most iconic bass lines in rock history.
Holly came from Miami or Philly, hitchhiked her way across the USA.
But beneath that smooth surface lies something truly revolutionary. A lyrical tour through New York City's gritty underground, featuring real-life characters from Andy Warhol's factory scene, transgender pioneers, hustlers, and runaways. Reed's deadpan vocals and the dreamy doo-doo-doo chorus made the song hypnotic, even comforting, while smuggling taboo themes onto AM radio. Despite its risque content, it became a top 20 hit, proving that music with edge and empathy could coexist in the pop world. Walk on the Wild Side wasn't just a song, it was a statement, a quiet rebellion in silk and soul. It gave voice to the unseen, broke every rule in the book, and helped redefine what rock music could be. Decades later, it still sounds like freedom. Started with a flat tire and ended with a career-launching anthem. Take It Easy was the Eagles' very first single, released in May 1972. And it set the tone for an entire California sound.
Well, I'm running down a road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind.
Co-written by Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey, the song paints a laid-back portrait of life on the road, chasing dreams and dodging heartache in the desert heat. With its breezy acoustic guitars, sparkling harmonies, and the now iconic line, standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see.
It became a rock radio staple for generations. But the story didn't end there. In 1993, country singer Travis Tritt covered the song for the Eagles tribute album, Common Thread, The Songs of the Eagles. The music video brought all 5 original members back together for the first time in 13 years, and just months later, the band officially reunited. More than just a song, it was a vibe. Relaxed but restless, easygoing but ambitious. Take It Easy didn't just introduce the Eagles. It introduced a whole new chapter in American rock, where country met harmony and the open highway became a stage.
I wanna live, I wanna give.
Simple, honest, timeless. Heart of Gold became Neil Young's first and only #1 hit in 1972. And it still resonates like a quiet anthem for dreamers and drifters.
I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It sees expression.
Built around warm acoustic strums, aching harmonica, in Young's raw voice, the song reflects a deep longing for something pure. I want to live. I want to give. He wrote it while recovering from a back injury, trading in his electric guitar for an acoustic. The result struck a chord with millions, and even made Bob Dylan admit he felt a little jealous. Featuring backup vocals by James Taylor and Linda Ronstadt, Heart of Gold became a defining moment in Young's career and a staple of classic rock radio. Years later, its emotional power still holds.
I wanna live,
2017, British singer Passenger released a tender acoustic cover of the song on his Sunday Night Sessions album, introducing it to a whole new generation. Some songs just don't age, they endure.
You're so vain. Probably think this song is about you.
Released in November 1972, You're So Vain by Carly Simon became an instant soft rock classic, blending smooth instrumentation with razor-sharp lyrics. The song paints a biting portrait of a self-absorbed man who probably thinks this song is about him, a line that's become one of the most iconic in pop culture. With Klaus Voormann on bass, Paul Buckmaster's orchestration, and uncredited backing vocals from Mick Jagger, the track is both musically polished and emotionally charged. For decades, a speculation swirled around the mystery man behind the lyrics. Simon confirmed that actor Warren Beatty inspired the second verse, but hinted the song is actually about three different men. That mystery only fueled the song's enduring power. You're So Vain wasn't just a breakup anthem. It was a turning point for female singer-songwriters in the 70s, proving that personal storytelling could dominate the charts. In 1993, Australian rock band Chocolate Starfish released a high-energy cover, introducing the song to a new generation. Over 50 years later, it still resonates as a masterclass in soft rock songwriting, wit, and emotional honesty. In 1972, David Bowie introduced the world to Ziggy Stardust, a glam rock alien messiah with a guitar and a death wish.
Ziggy play guitar, jamming good.
Ziggy Stardust, the title track from his legendary concept album, follows a rock star from outer space who crashes to Earth, becomes a sensation, and is ultimately destroyed by fame. Bowie built Ziggy on the real-life story of British rocker Vince Taylor, mixing sci-fi, sexuality, and stardom into something bold and otherworldly. With Mick Ronson's snarling guitar riff and Bowie's theatrical flair, the song became a cornerstone of the glam rock era. Though never released as a single originally, Ziggy Stardust took on a life of its own. Gothic rock band Bauhaus released a haunting cover in 1982, reaching number 15 on the UK singles chart. In 1994, a live version from Bowie's 1972 Santa Monica show was released as a single in France to promote the Santa Monica 72 bootleg. Over 50 years later, Ziggy still echoes through the cosmos, a symbol of rock's strange, glorious possibilities. By late 1972, the Moody Blues were known for symphonic epics and poetic reflections. But with this track, they cranked up the volume. I'm Just a Singer in a rock and roll band hit like a wake-up call. Backed by thunderous drums, roaring bass lines, and a bold horn section, it's the band's defiant answer to fans searching for deeper meaning in every lyric. The message, we're musicians, not messiahs. Originally featured on their album Seventh Sojourn in October 1972, it became a hit single in early '73. But its impact was already brewing the moment the album dropped. It would become their final single before a 5-year hiatus, agreed upon so each member could explore solo work. The band wouldn't release another single until 1978's Steppin' in a Slide Zone. In many ways, I'm Just a Singer served as both a send-off and a statement of identity. Moody Blues at their most grounded, yet still gloriously grand. Blasting onto the scene in the summer of 1972, School's Out by Alice Cooper became the ultimate anthem for every kid dreaming of freedom.
Well, we got no choice.
With its gritty guitars, sneering vocals, and that unforgettable school bell, Fade Out, the song perfectly captured the thrill of the last day of school. Alice Cooper wrote the track after being asked what the greatest 3 minutes of life were. His answer, Christmas morning, and those final moments before school lets out. The result was a rebellious celebration of youth, chaos, and escape. The lyrics don't just hint at summer vacation. They imagine school being blown to pieces. The song shot to #1 in the UK and hit #7 on the US Billboard Hot 100, making it Cooper's first major hit and a defining moment in glam and hard rock. Though it stirred controversy and was banned by some radio stations, that only fueled its fire. Today, School's Out is more than a song. It's a seasonal tradition. Every June, as classrooms close, speakers everywhere echo its message. Freedom is here and school is out. Forever. In 1972, Mott the Hoople was on the brink of breaking up, until David Bowie swooped in and handed them a song that would change their fate. All the Young Dudes wasn't just a glam rock anthem. It was a full-blown resurrection. With Bowie's lyrics, production, and blessing, the band transformed into glam royalty overnight. The song's rebellious energy and sing-along chorus became a generational cry for outsiders, dreamers, and rock and roll misfits. It helped define early 70s British rock and remains Mott the Hoople's signature track. In 1990, Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden released a powerful cover version on his debut solo album, Tattooed Millionaire. His rendition became a hit across Northern Europe, even climbing to #23 on the UK singles chart, proving the song's cross-generational appeal. All the Young Dudes didn't just save a band. It became a rock legacy passed from glam to metal and still speaks to the young and restless today. Some songs feel like a snapshot in time, and Saturday in the Park captures a perfect summer afternoon in America. Released in 1972, this classic from Chicago blends pop, jazz, and rock into one joyful anthem.
Saturday in the park, I think it was the 4th of July.
Inspired by a real day in New York's Central Park, Robert Lamb's lyrics are filled with street performers, laughter, and the hopeful chaos of city life. The song's upbeat piano riff, signature horn section, and smooth vocal layers gave it a sound that was instantly recognizable and totally unique for the era. It became one of Chicago's biggest hits, peaking at #3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and remains a fan favorite decades later. Whether it's the soulful melodies or the spontaneous singing Italian man in the middle of the verse, Saturday in the Park is all about good vibes, unity, and celebrating the simple beauty of everyday life. It's not just a song, it's a sunny afternoon frozen in vinyl. With its swampy riff, raspy vocals, and no-nonsense storytelling, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress was unlike anything the Hollies had done before, and that's exactly why it became their biggest U.S. hit. Released in 1972, The song ditched the group's polished harmonies for a gritty, stripped-down sound that channeled Creedence Clearwater Revival more than British pop. Written and sung by Alan Clark just before he left the band, it tells the tale of an FBI agent in a Prohibition-era speakeasy, caught off guard by a mysterious woman in black. The song soared to #2 on the Billboard Hot 100, dominated rock radio, and even top charts in South Africa. Ironically, it wasn't nearly as big in their native UK. Critics praised its rough-edged energy. Cashbox called it rockin' in the tradition of Creedence and T-Rex. For a band known for clean vocal blends, this raw, rebellious detour became a defining moment. One riff, one voice, one long, cool woman. Instant classic. Released in 1972 on Can't Buy a Thrill, Reelin' in the Years stands as one of Steely Dan's most recognizable rock tracks.
You're everlasting summer, you can see it fading fast. Do you grab a piece of something and you think...
Featuring a legendary guitar solo by Elliot Randall, recorded in a single take and later praised by Jimmy Page as one of his favorites. The song opens with a blazing riff that instantly commands attention. Beneath the upbeat groove and catchy melody lies a layer of biting sarcasm. Donald Fagen's lyrics take aim at a former partner with sharp wit, reflecting on wasted time and intellectual mismatch. It's a breakup song disguised as a feel-good jam, and that contrast is part of its brilliance. The single reached #11 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became a fixture on classic rock radio. With its masterful musicianship, clever wordplay, and unforgettable solo, Reelin' in the Years captures the essence of Steely Dan's early sound. Smart, sharp, and impossible to ignore. Released in 1972, Go All the Way by the Raspberries crashed onto the airwaves with a mix of crunchy guitar riffs, sweet harmonies, and just the right amount of teenage rebellion. Inspired by the Rolling Stones' Let's Spend the Night Together, Carmen set out to write a sexually charged lyric that teens would understand, but censors couldn't easily shut down. His clever twist? He flipped the script. This time, the girl is the one urging her partner to go all the way. That subtle reversal helped the song slide past American radio, but not in the UK, where the BBC banned it outright due to its suggestive content. Go All the Way was the Raspberries' biggest hit and a defining track of early 70s rock. Part Beatles, part Who, and entirely unforgettable. With its explosive intro and sugary chorus, it helped to lay the foundation for future power pop legends, from Cheap Trick to Big Star. One hit was all it took to make the song a classic. The echoes of 1972 still linger, not just in the songs, but in the way they made us feel. Back then, rock didn't follow trends. It followed the truth wherever it led. And that's why these tracks still speak to us, decades later. Because honesty, in any form, never gets old. If these songs stirred something in you, you're not alone. Subscribe for more timeless music stories. Right here, where vinyl speaks and legends echo.